Welcome back to Artists on Artists on Artists on Artists. You've heard of The View, but have you heard of The Look? Today we sit down with 4 of the hosts of The Look, daytime talk show's best show.
The Look has been a morning staple for 25 years, a melting pot where conservative women, liberal women, and all women above a certain pay level get to come together and talk about topics of the day.
Whether you're wearing a blouse or you have an opinion, this show is the place where no holds are barred, and yeah, we're gonna debate the issues.
So turn on that coffee pot, get that blanket, and listen in.
Morning, ladies.
Morning, ladies. Great to see y'all again. Hope
great
y'all
to
had
see
had
you.
a nice night last night. Anybody get up to anything fun?
Oh, I had a cup of Sauvignon, dry Sauvignon.
Oh,
Blanc.
the Blanc, yeah,
Dry
yeah.
Sauvignon Blanc.
I don't do it dry, honey. I always like it wet.
Oh, yeah, that's great. That's great. Oh,
How
yeah.
are you, darling? You look crazy
I'm good.
today.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm a little crazy today. You know, I had to drop my son's son off at daycare. And
Your son's son, so your grandson?
My
grandson.
son's son. I don't like the name grandson.
Honey, we're getting to an age where we all have grandsons.
Of
No,
course.
I don't
Well,
like
I'm
that.
not.
I don't want to
Yeah.
talk about it. I don't
It's
want
okay.
to
It's
talk
part of life.
about
But I love this Betsy Johnson button-up you have.
Thank you so much. It's hiding my flabs, you know?
Honey,
Oh
we're
my
getting
God,
to an
don't-
age where we all have flabs, honey.
I mean,
Don't
we
say
all
that
have
about
flabs,
yourself.
honey. We're gonna get
everything's
used to it.
hanging off all the time on me.
When I have a new partner, I always say, honey, you got to look at me laying down. You know, when I stand up, you got to close your eyes.
Oh, good for you.
You got to close your eyes, honey, because things move around in the night. You know what I mean, honey? You guys been there before? You've been there before?
No, I've never been there before.
All
That's
right,
never
honey.
happened
You
to
are
me.
flat as a pancake, honey.
Oh, stop. I keep telling you guys I have a CrossFit membership, and it does wonders. It does wonders. It really does.
You also tried
And
that
you're
SoulCycle
all
thing.
beautiful the way you are, of course.
Thanks,
but
honey. You got a perfect
I'm just
body.
saying, you just keep talking about your slabs. And if you want to talk about your slabs, you can come to CrossFit with me.
Oh, honey, you got a perfect body. Let me know the artist who made it, honey. I'll tell you what. I don't think it's CrossFit.
I resent that.
Dr. CrossFit over in Beverly Hills, honey.
I think that artist is God.
I don't know what you're implying because I am a Christian and I had my body made by, yes, God. Thank you.
All right.
But no, we can all be honest here. We've all had a little bit of cosmetic surgery done. Can we be honest? We're all women of a certain age. Come on now.
I love that movie.
I love that movie as well. I love quoting it. But I'll tell you, I'll be first to say I used to tell people I had a broken nose, and that's why I got a nose job. But I didn't. I cosmetically got a nose job because my mother used to make fun of my nose. And God rest her soul, when she died, I said, as a funeral present for me, I'm gonna get a new nose.
That's
I
beautiful.
understand. And I think that's big of you to admit.
No one here has gotten anything done.
So I've gotten natural filler. It's like this
come on.
all natural
Oh,
treatment
come
that naturally rejuvenates the cheekbones and pulls the face back in it's almost like a supplement.
So did a doctor do it?
So it was injected in a way that was organic and ethical.
So the injection itself was organic and ethical, but not the actually product that was going in you.
No, so the product is, again, all natural. It just highlights what's already there.
I
in
call
your face.
BS. I call BS.
Uh-oh.
I'm calling BS right now.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Okay, well, you know what BS stands for to me? Bill Clinton shithead.
Oh, here we go. Here we
You
go.
are not going to talk about Bill Clinton to me. You are not going to talk about. I am
yeah?
a Southern woman. I am from Arkansas. I had a big table growing up. You know who was around my table? My uncle, my
Amen.
aunt,
Well, you
my
know-
mother, my father,
If you
my
want to talk
grandma.
about big tables, I'm a Romney, okay? I'm a Romney. We make the Last Supper look like nothing. We make the Last
okay.
Supper
God.
look like a tea
Okay.
party.
All right.
It's a good morning
how many
here
leaves?
at the
All
Look.
right.
How many leaves
right.
did you have to bring out to extend your table? Because
Go.
we had 4. We had 4, honey.
I
We
can't
had
even
4.
count how many leaves because we
Okay.
also have someone do that for us.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
And that's the difference.
I'm not going to apologize.
My house was so small, we had to keep all the leaves for the dinner table in my bed. I slept on the leaves.
okay.
I
And
call
when-
BS. I
no,
call BS.
No, in my country, in my country, BS stands for beef sandwich because that's what we eat for
Because
breakfast.
that's all he could afford.
That's all
His-
she could afford,
her
honey.
father. Her father could
Thank you.
afford. I know the
Thank you,
story of
honey.
your family. Of course I do.
let's-
Your family cooked. Your father put food on the table. Have you ever heard of that? Not just a woman, but the father
So why
doing
don't-
the
As he
chores
should.
at the house.
This is
No,
my
we
sister
agree.
right here.
So-
I love you.
Why
We
don't we-
agree. A father should provide for his family. Absolutely.
Oh, God. Okay, so why don't we go around and introduce ourselves?
Let's do it because I know we're not on a normal set.
No.
We're not on a normal set, but we're doing our show, and people need to know who we are because we all come from very interesting backgrounds, and I
Yes,
love
of
each one of you.
course.
We may disagree like we just did right here, 5 minutes in.
Absolutely.
But that doesn't stop us from sharing our ideals at the table over a cup of joe.
This is the kind of civil discussion that we should be having in America that our founding fathers initiated. And when the fathers initiated the Declaration of Independence, this is what they had in mind. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
Honey,
And
you know
so
who my father is? Long John Silver.
Oh,
Fast
my
food.
Lord.
your
Fast food.
father
All right.
is...
It's the look.
So what's everybody's name?
Hello, everyone. My name is Dina Marie Long Silver. I am, of course, an actress. I am a singer. You might know me from my country hits. I'm someone who's been around, kind of a legend. And right now, what I'm looking for is consistency, which is why I agreed to a daily morning show.
Oh, I
It's
love
nice
it.
to hang out with all of my friends here. It's wonderful.
I remember the first time I saw you on the screen, the silver screen. I saw you in Crimes of the Heart,
Yes.
and you were such a little teeny little actress at the time.
I was such a little thing in Crimes of the Heart. I
You were
loved
so
being
good.
in Crimes of the Heart. It was so wonderful.
so
it was
good.
so nice to be there. It was fun. I was playing the heart, and it was. I used to call that. I mean, the character name was Pizza Girl Number 3.
Yes, and it was so good, so good.
It's a little joke I like to say. I played the heart, but it's nice to be here. I like representing the Southern women, the people from the South, the people that grew up with ringing a bell to come in, from playing outside, mom saying dinner's ready. I represent all the people that, play with grasshoppers when they were younger. I represent all the people that, look up at the moon and hear the crickets sing,
And what's your net worth currently?
485 million, honey.
Incredible.
Okay, well, hi, I'll take it from here. I am Michaela Lynn Romney, and I am, of course, a Romney, but I'm so much more than that. I am a activist. I run a charity to teach disadvantaged young Christians on the street about the Constitution. And so we take in kids who don't have a home, and we read the Constitution to them, and we make sure that they understand, and we teach them all about the economy. And yes, it's really about enabling people to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. And that's something that my father always really advocated for, was building yourself up on your own. And that's something my dad wanted everyone to know. And I think that that's really something that my father instilled in me, and something I want to instill in our nation's youth.
You know what I will
And
say
who's
about
your
having
father?
you-
And who's your father?
Mitt Romney.
What I will say about having you on the show, Michaela, is it's nice because sometimes I get concerned that our audience has fallen asleep at 11 a.m. and you screaming about your father and your daddy every second of the day certainly keeps them awake. honey.
Okay. Well, if your father had done as the things that my father had done, I'm sure you'd want to brag about him too.
Okay,
Yeah.
but our fathers are not at this table. I always have to remind my ladies, our fathers are not at this table. It is us.
Why do we always talk about our daddies?
I don't know what it is.
Well, we should acknowledge the Father who is in here, which is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
all right.
I thought he was always here, honey.
well,
I want to move on.
I hate to. Okay. My Lord God, it's so good to be here. And I didn't mean that like I'm talking to the person. I just meant, my goodness. Oh, I love you guys. It's so good to be here. My name is Luann Bumpkins, and I am so excited. I've been an actor on the stage and the screen for a while. I did that in my youth. And my father... We're bringing him up again. My father.
Take a drink every
is-
time.
Oh yes, of a cappuccino. My father is the lead distributor of mozzarella in America.
I love the way you say it. I feel like that's the way everyone should say it.
Moots. Oh yeah, my father Moose is what we used to call him. Yeah, all the Vons, Ralph's, any main grocery store you go to, that logo, I can't really say it now, but that logo with the green and the red, that's my father's Moots. So I have inherited quite a beautiful life from that, and then I've opened a couple wineries. Right next to the Coppola Wines, you could see Bumpkins Wine. Yep, I got some good wines. And a new update with me, I'm a vegan, except for cheese.
Oh, you vegans. I can't believe it.
Thank
I
you.
cannot believe it.
I watched that thing on Netflix, You Are What You Eat, and I want to talk about it today, but I am a vegan except for cheese. I love ricotta, I love moots, I love it all. So I'll do that, but I won't get that chicken in my body.
And Luann, I gotta say, I really, I respect all you do. Despite your Facebook posts that I don't quite agree with, I don't really like the crudely photoshopped Donald Trumps in a diaper. I don't really like those.
I love them. They really crack me up, darling.
I call him the Dumbledore. I love putting the Dumbledore on weird things. Did you see that one where I put the Dumbledore on a trash bin and I
you
said
referred
trash
to-
day?
What do you mean
And
by the
Dumbledore, and Dumbledore is what?
Dumbledore is no. Did I mean Dumbledore? I meant Voldemort. Whoops! I call him Voldemort, not Dumbledore. I call Dumbledore Joe Biden, and I call Donald Trump Voldemort, he who should not be named.
Okay, and who is Mitch McConnell?
Professor Snape.
Oh, okay. And
I don't watch Harry Potter.
And honey, who's Lindsey Graham?
Oh, Hermione. I don't know. I don't watch Harry Potter.
Oh.
Feels like you've just never seen Harry Potter,
I've never
actually.
seen it. I've never
Honey,
seen it.
who's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez?
Oh, I'd say Ron Weasley's mom.
That's fun. Okay, hey, who?
Okay, oh, hey, we can.
I can do this all day.
Next to
honey.
each
She's
other.
my Voldemort. She's my Voldemort. That's
Of
where
course
we
she is.
differ.
There can only be
Of
one
course she is.
Voldemort,
I can't
honey.
believe I called my Joe Biden. He's Dumbledore. I should be clear.
I think you have the files named wrong too, because sometimes the wrong person shows up in the picture.
Oh, I love it. Well, I love Facebook. I think I'm the number one person on Facebook with the most friends on Facebook.
You do. You have the
You
most
have a lot
friends
of
on
friends, and
Facebook, huh?
I
yeah.
accept every friend request I get on Facebook. And now my favorite.
Huh?
My favorite mother, girl,
Huh?
woman at the table. Listen to me.
Who?
The
Wake
queen among us.
The
Are you
queen
talking
among
to
The
us.
queen
me?
is Grace.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you, my
Huh?
angel.
We're talking to you.
My
We're
angel.
talking to you.
And we got to get this thing moving because you pumpkin in about 40 minutes. Pumpkin is a term usually for children, for child stars.
But it works the other way too.
She will become a pumpkin in 20 minutes.
Like
What?
Cinderella. You've heard the
Who?
tale.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes,
Introduce
we're
yourself, honey.
talking
Camera's
about
over
you.
here, sweetie.
How to
Camera's
wear?
over here, dog.
Who?
You've been on this
Over
show
here,
for
darling.
25 years. You
Camera's
gotta
over
be.
here.
Remember, you look at Diego, the one with the red shirt.
I know
What's your like?
Diego.
Somebody
like
needs
his-
a little more coffee in her cup.
Huh?
You like his
Who?
red shirt so much. Toro,
Who?
because she's the
Huh?
beau, honey. 'Cause
Toro,
she's
Toro,
the beau.
Toro.
Huh?
They always put the person who's running her camera in a red shirt because she's
Toro,
the beau.
Toro.
I see
Toro,
the
see
red.
the one with the checkered flag. She's
I
dancing.
see
She's
the red.
dancing. She's
She's
dancing.
dancing. We pay her a lot of money to do that for your life.
She's dancing.
Oh,
honey.
that's nice. Name. Hello. My name is Baran Dilo.
Cue card slower. Make the cue card slower.
D-Land the ball.
Sorry, so that was Barbara Ann Delight is my name. I was born pre-war.
Which war?
Which one?
Iraq War. We all were.
Who? Two.
Okay.
World War II. I've been on the look since the beginning. Before it became all the riffraff, we were just sitting around having nice conversations. But the new media wants to push a little bit more animosity onto each other. So that's all you need to know about me. My father is a missile maker.
What I love about Diane
And
is
thank him for his service.
oh incredible, Barbara Ann. What I love about Barbara Ann
Huh?
is what I love about you over here.
Who?
Barbara Ann, what I love about you
Uh-huh.
is that you represent what came before us. And though I am not a woman that really loves many traditions.
You're not
'cause
a
I do
woman?
believe the traditions in America that we keep going should stop.
That's where we disagree, honey. I love Southern traditions.
No, I think some traditions we just call traditions, but they're just bad behaviors we won't stop doing. But I do believe.
Huh?
I do. Listen, I'm telling you that I believe you paved the way for us. You were part of the original back in the day. Those pioneer women that would get behind the TV screen, behind the TV camera. And
It's
talk.
so true. It's so true. You were such a barrier breaker for women back before women got corrupted by this feminist movement.
Okay.
You were the one who broke down the door so that women could come and enter these kinds of jobs.
Honey, you were the first person to ever speak to Lady Bird Johnson.
Who?
Not even just an interviewer.
I was. I spoke to Lady Bird Johnson.
Yeah.
The first time ever. She was very flighty. We had a sit-down interview, and I roasted her hard over the coals.
I remember that interview because she kept trying to get up to leave, and you had to keep pulling her back with your incisive questions. You were the sharpest interviewer of your time.
Absolutely.
You paved the way. You paved the way for people to be mean to other women. That was what I loved
Well,
so
I
much
know-
about
We
it.
needed that.
Yes,
A lot of people
yes.
say I hate women.
That can't be. You're a woman.
You're
Shut
wrong.
up.
Oh, see, and this is what I love about our show. We've been on for so long that we tee up things for Barbara Ann. And we say, Barbara Ann, do you remember when you did this?
Oh,
And
yeah.
she hits the ball off the tee a little bit. It bounces, and then we get moving on.
She's sort of the bunter of the group. She
Yes.
bunts.
Yes, yes.
We swing, she bunts.
Speaking of bunts, it's time to talk about that sports. So big week in
Let's
sports.
talk sports. Let's talk sports.
Big
Oh,
week
sweetie,
in
let's talk
sports,
about
girls.
sports.
Who?
Let's talk about sports.
Let's talk about
Barbara
sports.
Uh-huh.
So, once and for all, should a dog be allowed to play football? Let's talk about it.
Now, I've seen Air Bud. Okay, I have a big TV where all
Right.
my grandkids...
That's not a brag.
Right.
We've all seen Air
I
Bud.
have a big TV. When you come to my house, there's a big TV. Everyone's sitting around a big TV. Nieces, nephews, grandnieces, grandnephews. We're all watching the TV. I got a couch that has 4 corners on it. It's basically the entire length of the room. Honey, and we all watch TV and we laugh at Air Bud and we have a lot of fun. If people weren't allowed to let animals play sports, we wouldn't be making Air Bud. So I think, let them in.
But
Let
Air Bud is
dogs in.
fiction. Air Bud is fiction.
But what if it wasn't? And then we couldn't have it. That's the kind of thing I'm thinking about.
Oh.
What if it wasn't? What if it wasn't? Yeah.
Let them in, I say. Let dogs in. Let cats in. Let parrots in.
Well, here's my question. Good for you. Here's my thought. Here's my fucking thought. If we're letting Taylor Swift in there, because she's dating the Kelsey Travis.
Oh, I can't with
If
her.
we're letting her in there,
I can't with her.
she's dating
I can't
Kelsey
with that
Travis.
woman.
If she's
Absolutely.
doing that,
I
then why
can't.
don't we let dogs in there, hey?
Okay,
Yeah.
fellow
Okay.
women, maybe we should go around the room and say our individual reason of why we don't like Taylor Swift right
We
now.
all have one, baby.
We all have
We all
one.
have
We
one,
all
darling.
have one.
I love Taylor Swift. I just think she needs a couple dance lessons. Sorry I said it.
Uh-oh.
Sorry I said it.
Uh-oh.
But the way that girl moves her tush, it feels like she needs lessons.
Well, you got 4th in Dancing with the Stars 15 years ago, so I know what
yes,
you're talking
I
about.
did. Thank you so
That
much.
foxtrot?
I beat Mario Lopez, and I don't take it back.
Well, then you were a partner of Derek Huff when he was still on the show.
Wow.
I love him. He's a good judge now. He's doing good work. I love him. I love his wife.
I'll tell you why I don't like Taylor Swift. I don't like Taylor Swift because she doesn't sing about getting older, and we all know she is.
Oh.
Stop lying. I want a song about how your medicine has to be taken every morning and every evening. I can't relate to your music, Taylor. I can't relate to it.
Nothing in
Well-
her music is about being simple.
Nothing. It's complicated. Her life is
No,
complicated.
it's all complicated. But here's the thing. Here's where I run into trouble. Is lots of people say, "Oh, great, she's supporting her man at these football games. She's
Yeah.
come. It's the quintessential all-American story. We should all be around that. We should all support that, right?" I don't think that women should be allowed at football fields.
Yeah.
Right? I think it distracts the
Wait,
players, and we have to stay in our lanes. Women should be allowed in bowling alleys and pickleball courts.
Here's what's difficult for me. Sometimes I agree with you, but your tone doesn't change. And all of a sudden, I look up and I look back, and you're saying something that is crazy.
You have to. It's like being friends with a bumper car. You
is.
have to be careful because out of nowhere she'll bump you, and you go, "Well, you were smiling in this beautiful blouse," and all of a sudden, I disagree with what you're
Yeah,
saying.
like, honey,
Well,
we're not
that's so
playing a game.
interesting.
Bumper cars isn't going, honey.
Well, that's so interesting. That's so interesting because once you get out of your liberal bubble and you are exposed to other ideas, you'll find that they're actually quite rational at their core. I think that you should have to present the fact that you're a supporter of your boyfriend. You should have to show a card that says that you have a boyfriend on the football field.
Okay, so first you
so
don't
if
want me.
you're-
First you don't
Okay.
want me at the game. Wait, can I get some clarification here in the comments on Facebook?
Say it. Come for her.
I will
Come for
come.
her.
I will come in a beautiful and succinct way.
That's my
What
best
I'm confused-
friend.
what I'm
That's my
confused
best
about-
friend.
What I'm confused about is first you want me to not go into the game. First as a woman, you don't want any woman in the game, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, you want me to have a card at the game? You want me to show a card that I'm dating Kelsey Travis?
Here's what I know. My father, my dad, has a card for serving in the United States military.
Oh.
So a
My
wife should have a
father-
card.
Who's your father?
So Mitt Romney.
Oh.
And so he served in the
What did he
war.
serve? Dessert? Honey.
Are you calling my dad a fruit? Are you calling my dad a fruit? Because
What does
I
that
don't
make you
appreciate
feel?
that.
What does that make
I
you
don't
feel if a
appreciate-
man's a fruit?
I love gay people.
Oh.
I
here we
love
go,
gay
honey.
people. What? I love gay people.
No way. In
I
my
feel
house,
like people
in
don't
my
believe
house,
me when I say that. I love gay people.
when you come to my house, there's a whole room just for gay people. There's chaps on the wall. There's a pole. There's a disco ball.
See, this is the difference between you and I. You put gay people into their own room. You lock them in a room and
Oh,
you
here
say,
we
you
go.
have to be here. Democrats say that gay people have to be a certain thing.
I
They
give
have to
them
go
a
into
place where
certain
they're
room.
comfortable.
That's my best friend. Go, come for
I
her.
give them a place where they feel wanted and needed.
I tell you where the gay people go in my house.
Where?
They go sit at the dinner table and then they learn from us.
Okay, Barbara Ann, you are a huge staple of the LGBTQ community. Why don't you speak on it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I agree. I think sports should be divided by race again. I think that's
No,
great.
no,
Barbara Ann,
We
look
are
at the
talking
bowl.
about
Look
that.
at the bowl, Barbara
Huh?
Ann.
No, no,
What?
no, no.
We
Barbara
have
Ann.
your opinions
Huh?
on a big
We
poster
have your
board.
opinions
Huh?
on a cute
Look at the
Oh.
Barbara Ann board.
That's
Bab.
fiery. That's hot. This has gotten flambéed.
No, that's a commercial. That's for the
Huh?
chef. That's for the
Who?
chef. That's
For the
the
chef
for
chef.
Bobby
later.
Flay,
Huh?
honey.
It's for Bobby
Look
Flay.
at the other thing.
What am I?
Oh, coming up after the break, we do have Bobby Flay, and he's going to talk about horses. Go ahead.
No big deal. He brought his daughter.
Bobby Flay is talking about horses. Okay. It says, I stand with my queens and kings at the LGBTQIA. I love them and they love me. Barbara Ann Saucet.
Beautiful. Anyway, what you were saying.
Well, no, here's what I want to say about presenting a card to show that you have a football player boyfriend.
Get back to it, yeah.
There's another
The
place.
Kelsey Travis.
There's another place where people had to present cards to show who they identified as.
Oh, yeah. Tell me where.
Barbara Ann lived through it.
Tell me
World
where.
Wow.
War II, Nazi Germany.
Oh, okay.
My Lord.
Nazi
my
Germany.
Lord.
Nazi Germany. You're talking about things. You're basically saying Taylor Swift should be taken to a concentration camp.
That's not what
That's
I'm
basically
saying.
what you're saying.
Well, I think
Jesus.
that you're saying that you're trying to put all the Jewish experience into a box. And I have lots of Jewish friends.
I know
Oh,
we're talking
honey.
about
I have
sports.
lots of
Oh,
Jewish
honey.
friends.
What are we talking
well,
about
it all
now?
relates,
Let
of
me
course.
tell you something. I think that Taylor Swift, I think she is an incredible person. And no matter what, all women at this table could agree that she has done more for women and the economy of America. She's done so much.
I do agree with you on that. I think she's done wonderful things for our nation's private jet employers. And I think she has actually single-handedly led to the opening of far more private jet airports in this nation. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you knew that. So she is sort of like championing that cause. And I don't agree with her on everything.
Yeah.
Mostly the glitter. I don't agree with that. And so,
The
but
glitter's too much.
yeah, the glitter on her body, I think it's immoral. But she's done great
What does
things.
it look like, sins to you?
Oh my God.
I got
You
it.
gonna let a
I got
woman
it.
be beautiful. You won't let a woman be beautiful in the way they want to be beautiful.
I just think that glitter is an affront to God, and if we're challenging God's design in that way, I just don't. I'm sorry, I just don't agree. I want.
What is bioluminescence if not glitter made by God, honey?
So exception for fish, obviously.
Oh my
obviously, exception.
So
for
we
fish.
make an exception for fish, but we don't for women. And I want to talk about this because I know you had very big thoughts on Ariel. When
really
Ariel
quickly
came
about
out,
the
you said
fish.
a woman can't be a fish.
If you're a fish and you have a little dangly light in front of you, is that fish not a woman? Is that fish not a woman?
You're lost in the sauce, honey. That makes no sense.
Yeah, this happens now. Everyone should hear because we're talking about the show. Every once in a while we get a little lost in the sauce, right? We get a little lost in the sauce, and we got to go back to Air Bud. Okay,
Let's take it all back.
Go
Let's take it all back.
to Air Bud.
I actually think we've resolved that, and we can move on to another topic.
That did feel like a healthy conversation.
It did.
And this is the spirit of this great nation, is debate.
It
And
is.
there it is. And that's what I love about sitting down in the morning with you ladies.
I have another topic of conversation written right here.
Okay.
Boy Genius has announced that they're breaking up.
And Albert Einstein?
Boy Genius. No, Albert Einstein. First of all, Albert Einstein is no longer a boy. I knew him only as an old man, and now he's dead. He's the band Boy Genius. Lucy Dacus, Julian Baker, and Phoebe Bridgers.
Oh, I love to listen to that Phoebe Bridgers when I'm in the bath.
Yeah. They're basically the Crosby, Stills, and Nash for lesbians, honey. Do you know who that is?
Crosby, Stills, and Nash, just
Yeah.
a little past my time, but I remember my son listening to
Good,
that.
That's
good.
nice.
That's good enough for
Yeah,
the conversation.
So they're breaking up. They're not supposed to be together anymore, and they're moving on.
But what do you mean they're not supposed to be together anymore?
I guess they said they had a finite idea on the project. They said they'd only be doing it for so long, and now they're done. Now they're ending, and they're going to go back and do their individual projects. What do we think about that?
Well, I think it's interesting because when I commit to something, I commit,
Oh,
and I
God.
think that
Here we go,
it's
honey.
it's just like marriage. If you put a ring on your finger, you got to commit to the whole thing
a
till
band
death do
isn't
us
marriage.
part.
Marriage doesn't equal a band.
If you enter into a contract with a band, if you enter into a marriage with a band, if you say we are a band,
So you're all right with them all being married, even though they're all women?
well, okay, so it'll never be the same kind of marriage.
Oh, Barbara Ann. Barbara Ann with
that.
Barbara
Well,
Ann with a
that's
snipe. Barbara Ann had a lucid moment. Barbara Ann had a lucid moment. Barbara with a snipe.
Oh, and that's like a
With
shooting
the
star
sign.
on our show, right?
Yeah.
Every time she comes out, and it's like, oh, look, the dog's leaving its crate. And look, oh, how sweet.
And then look, and then she's right back. She's right back. I can tell because you're looking in my eyes and you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Who's your father?
Mitt Romney.
Okay.
Back to it. I think the band is good, and I'm going to say something, and I do not want to be yelled at on the internet or the Facebooks, okay? The music of Boy Genius, I listened to it last night because I was supposed to for production. Production sent me the music because it's a big band. We were talking about it today, big
Right,
news.
right.
I'm going to say it. The music is too sad for me.
That's where I disagree, darling.
Yeah, but
That's where I disagree.
I miss the days of Cyndi Lauper. I miss the days when girls would sing loud because they were happy, right? And these people, for some reason, it just makes me sad. It's too slow.
So, yeah, I haven't. Go ahead.
Let me just say, honey, and thank you for actually letting me speak for once.
Oh, okay. Well, I know which side of the aisle likes to silence women, and it's not mine. It's not the right wing.
Okay, but we can't go see Kelvis Travis. Kelvis Travis.
I'll give you 5 shots to say his name right. Give it a
Kelvis
shot.
Travis.
Oh, that's 1.
Kelsey Trav.
2.
Quarterback Trelsey.
3.
Travis.
4.
Travis Khaleesi.
5.
Travis Teesey.
Great.
One of those is his.
Here's what I'll say about Boy Genius.
Yes.
Why aren't women allowed to quit things anymore? Women are supposed to be stuck to exactly what they do all the time. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. Now I have to wear this foundation for the rest of my life. Now I have to have this hairstyle. Every time someone changes their hair, have you ever been around a woman who changes her hair and now everyone treats her like she's a brand new woman? She's the same woman with a different choice. That's all I'm saying.
Preach it.
Let women quit things. Let women join things. Let women do things they want to do, honey. That's all I'm saying.
Let women quit things. Let women quit things.
How about you give an opinion instead of saying my own?
I find it very interesting that women want to quit things. I find it very interesting that you're coming in support of women wanting to quit things because
We know you don't think it's interesting. We know you disagree. Get to the point.
Just get to it, dog.
So I had a daughter, and she started playing tennis. And she was stinky god awful at it. But I didn't let her quit. And we don't quit the things we commit to. We adapt, right? Now she's in therapy because she has to work through the issues created by the tennis. And it's just, we just supplement. We supplement, right? As women, we commit to things and we lock in. We're not like men. We're not like men. We're not like Bill Clinton, who gets to quit the presidency because he did something wrong.
Oh, well, maybe we are a little bit like men, because I heard you're quitting the show. How about that? Honey?
I'm not quitting the show. I received a competing offer that I am reviewing with my team.
Well, I also think that negotiating contracts smells a lot like quitting a show to me. Because let me tell you something, my people know of your contracts, okay? And sometimes I think you are continuing to negotiate what's on there. And to me, that smells a lot like quitting and change.
Smells a lot like shit to me.
All I'll say is this. There is another network out there that is telling people the truth, that is telling people no lies. It is not CNN, the consumer, no. It's not that. It's not that. It's not MSNBC, the no, shut up, come more.
Let me cut you off right here. I want to push you in front of a car. I'm just going to say that expressly.
Oh, honey, come on.
Now that's
I wanna
interesting.
push you in
Now
front of
that
a car.
a
Stand for
supposed
that.
feminist wants to push a woman in front of a
If
car.
I kill
won't
one
stand for
woman
that.
and it's better for other women, that means I am a feminist.
No.
Well, you know what? I did hit a woman with my car once. I did hit a woman with my car. And you know what? That didn't make me less of a mother, and it didn't make me less of a wife.
Oh.
But it made the woman who you hit with the car less of a woman and less of a wife.
No, she died a woman and a wife, and she never went back on her promise because she got to die.
Also, she's not a quitter. You're just a murderer.
Oh, so what's the difference?
And we settled that in court, and I think the court of law would agree that I'm not a murderer. I'm an accident.
Barbara Ann, do you believe women should hit other women?
You know, I just don't think women should be in science.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Well, I think we resolved that topic. Boy Genius.
Boy, genius, that
Best
felt
of
like
luck.
we handled it.
Best of luck, Boy Genius. We're excited for all your independent projects.
Congrats to your Grammys. They did win a lot
They
of
were
fucking
nice.
Grammys.
They won a lot
That
of
was
Grammys.
so nice.
Yeah.
Luann, do you have a topic?
Yes, I do have a topic. Okay, it says, what is everyone's thoughts on AI?
AI.
No, it's AI.
No, it's an acronym. It stands for artificial intelligence. I'm going to give you 5 chances to say it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close enough.
The fourth and the fifth were just alike.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial
Is this the
intelligence.
stuff my grandkids are talking about?
They're doing all sorts of things with
Can
it.
I tell you something? Wait, I do have an opinion on the eye.
Yeah.
Because my grandson, listen to this. He got in trouble for cheating, and we didn't know how he cheated. We didn't understand. And we found out he put his essay in the chat GPT. The chat GPT wrote an essay for him for his geometry class. And my first question was, why are you writing essays for geometry class?
Well, they're teaching all kinds of
Math
things.
is new math. You haven't seen new math yet. It's
But
brand
anyway,
new.
I thought this was wrong of my grandson. But I did look around the world and I go, is he wrong for using the tools in which the 21st century is giving him? Is he wrong for using new developments that are changing our world in the eye?
How can you be mad at your son for cheating when you've cheated on every single spouse you've had?
Uh-oh, coming in, Barbara Ann with the
Oh,
snipe.
Why
a
don't you
lucid
answer
moment.
that? Why
A
don't you
lucid
answer
moment
that?
that's
A
coming
lucid
in.
moment.
A violent act against me.
Lucid
You got
moment,
got,
a
darling.
lucid
You
moment.
got got.
You stand your
A
ground.
lucid moment.
You
that
stand
comes-
your
Darling,
ground,
you got
Barbara.
taken
You
down.
stand your ground.
Cheating is different than emotional cheating. And
No,
that
Barbara's
bastard
got a
was
throat.
emotionally cheated.
Barbara's got a thought. It's gurgling at the back of her throat. You see her making those noises? It's gurgling at the back of her throat. It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out.
You tell that rat that we know as Kid Rock that I will not.
That's not a rat. That's my godfather.
That's her ex-husband.
And it's my ex-husband.
Well, we have something in common, don't we?
Y'all have not discussed this. I've known this. Y'all haven't discussed this?
To be honest, this hasn't come up. 25 years we've been doing this show. This hasn't come up.
Yes, because maybe I told producers that I had maybe a boundary about talking about my ex-husbands. I want to talk about the AI. That's all I was talking about. And I will tell you, Kid Rock emotionally cheated on me before I ever cheated on him.
Here's what I'll say, honey, about AI. I was sent a video. It was made on TikTok, and it was putting me in a Wes Anderson movie. And I was surprised by it. I said, I've never been in a Wes Anderson movie in my life. And it looked like I was in it. My face was kind of swirling around, but I could have figured maybe they did that on the screens.
Did you
know?
feel violated?
I felt excited. I called Wes. I said, when are we going to do it? He said, these are going everywhere. Everyone's doing this. I said, well, what about me? Don't it look good? Doesn't it look good, Wes? He said no. He said there's no room for me. He said now that I'm doing a talk show like this, I'll never see a movie screen again.
I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting what's happening with AI because on one hand, you know, it is a new sector of the economy and it is driving our nation forward, and we can't fall behind on
And
tech.
who's your
of course,
father?
but Mitt Romney. And of course, I do have these concerns. I have these concerns, and my dad has these concerns as well. Is that it is born of the devil, I believe, because I don't think that anything could just naturally put you in a Wes Anderson movie. Does that sound natural to you? That doesn't sound natural to me.
Oh, really? So something made out of a computer is born of the devil, but Cambridge Analytica, which was made on a computer to try and steal the 2020 election.
It's the look.
That election was stolen, but not in the way that you think.
In what way?
Yeah.
My father won.
2020?
My
Your
father
father
won the 2020 election. My father won the 2020 election, and that's why our patriots stormed the Capitol on January 6th.
Well, you know, I think that settles.
Donald Trump is a code word for Mitt Romney.
You mean
dear.
Voldemort?
I don't know who we're talking about
He who
anymore.
should not be named?
He who should not be named. I'll name him Bill Clinton.
Oh, stop.
Okay, I
Enough
think
with
so
that settles
nice.
it on AI. Barbara
Enough with
Ann,
that.
what's your topic?
Someone sent me a video of me getting fucked all around.
Oh.
It was my
Lord.
face.
Oh Lord.
Barbara, that was a real video.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we have to
Oh
remind
no.
you. You had a
yeah.
sex tape, Barbara Ann.
When you were an extra in Barbarella.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you looked quite nice.
Hot,
Yeah.
The biggest sex
hot
tape the world's
damn.
ever seen.
The biggest sex tape the world's ever seen.
35 millimeter.
Huge.
Oh, it wasn't showing a lot. It was
one
No, it didn't go viral. It's just
They
big.
show it in the Lemley or the Los Feliz
They could-
5.
they couldn't do 60 or anything, 70 millimeter.
No, it was 2 whole reels. Sorry.
Yeah. But it's come to that part of the show where we have to remind you of that every time.
Mm.
We have to because somehow you always bring it up subconsciously. Somehow,
I
yeah.
remember that. I remember that.
You remember that?
I
I
don't
cheat on my
I
husband.
remember that AI. I remember that.
Oh,
Well, do you remember who it was?
Who
do you
was
remember
your
who the
father?
partner? Well, my father was Mitt Romney.
Oh.
But the sex tape I'm referring to is you with Woodrow Wilson.
Yes, it was me, Woodrow Wilson, that little boy he always carried around. No, he wasn't too young. He was 24.
Yeah, yeah.
I love when she gets politically correct
I love it.
because it's like there's her. And
How dare she accidentally cancel Woodrow Wilson? You know what I mean?
He's a good man. If he's listening, I'm sorry, Woodrow. That little boy was 24. I don't want to paint you in the wrong light, Woodrow. Woody,
Oh, he's gone
come
now,
back.
honey.
He's gone, honey.
So I have a topic.
Let's go. Let's
Yo,
go.
here we go.
Taco Bell has introduced a new Beyond Meat taco. Beyond Meat. As we know, that is non-meat meat. It's meat made to taste like meat. It's vegetarian.
human.
And so they have put that meat in the taco, which was previously known for having ground beef in it. They've given that as an option. And I think I have very strong opinions on this. I'm curious to know what you guys
Of
think.
course you do. And before I even let you say your strong opinion, I want you to know the beef taco is going nowhere. You could still order the beef taco.
What on earth are you talking about?
I'm telling you
You
that there are
stupid
options.
goddamn bitch.
Hey.
You stupid goddamn bitch.
I think
from
you're
hell.
a disgusting cunt.
I think you crawled out of the sewer and fucked the devil
Just
to
because-
get here.
Here's what I'll say about
Okay.
Beyond Meat, darling.
If you want to call Kid Rock the devil, then I fucked him.
Kid Rocket's not the devil.
Oh, here we
He
go.
is the second coming.
Tell her
He
about
is my
Beyond Me.
godfather. So by extension, I am Jesus Christ.
Oh, Lord
I am
God.
Jesus Christ
Oh,
himself.
well,
and
I
should
do
I
know-
apologize for that? Should I apologize for that? I won't.
Don't you touch her. Don't you touch her.
Don't you touch me. As a fan of literature, I can tell you that I am maybe familiar
Oh,
with
what
the
have you been
scriptures.
reading? What have you been reading?
What?
Michelle Obama's book?
Fight and frame,
It's
girls.
called
Fight and frame.
Becoming,
Girls,
cunt.
fight and frame.
It's
Fight and
called
frame, girls.
Becoming,
Fight and
cunt.
frame. Fight and frame, girls. Fight and frame.
Stupid
Let me
bitch.
tell you something.
Fight and
You
frame,
stupid
girls.
goddamn bitch.
It's called Becoming, and it's recently been adapted into a movie. And I highly recommend you watch it with your beef, because you can still order beef, you blood-sucking vampire dick.
Who saw this coming, darling?
Oh, Lord
my,
God.
my.
All I'll say is this: there's an agenda being pushed, and it's not from my side. I respect the good North American cow. I really do. I respect the milk that comes out of the teat, and I respect the beef that comes out of its ass. And I will not kowtow to big vegan in this country. I will
No.
not kowtow to your stupid oat milk fucking shit poo-poo lattes.
I'm
No.
telling you something.
No,
if you
darling.
want to call yourself Jesus Christ, which I heard you do a little bit ago, I am a fan of literature and not just Michelle Obama's Becoming. I am a fan of what you call the scriptures. And in the scriptures, I hate to quote it back at you,
okay.
bitch, but it says,
Fight and
"Thou
frame,
shalt
girls. Fight and
not-
frame. Fight and
Okay.
frame. Check your
Thou
frame. Check your
shalt-
frame. Fight
Thou
and frame.
shalt not
Okay.
worship any idols, bitch. And you have one.
I know who I am. I know who I am.
What a Proverbs 31 woman, because you don't reek of it.
I will not have my faith challenged. I will not have faith challenged. I will not have my faith challenged by someone who wore braces as a kid. Someone who
There's
wore braces
nothing wrong
as
with
a
braces,
kid.
you stupid bitch. There's nothing wrong with braces.
You all,
Fight, frame,
you all had your faces altered. God gave you those teeth and you altered them.
You put poison dart frog juice in your fucking cheeks, and you think I can't put metal on my mouth that I take off in 4 years? You are an ignorant piece of
God
shit.
gave us poison dart frogs for a reason.
Barbara Ann, get in here. What do you have to say?
I've tried human meat, but I don't prefer it to cow.
Oh, no.
God,
no,
God.
Oh, no.
Beyond
oh, no.
Meat.
Here's what I want to say about Beyond Meat, okay? We close all the Bed Bath & Beyonds. Where do we expect the Beyond to go? Where do we expect the Beyond to go?
What's
You
your
just
Holy
wanna-
Spirit going to say to that?
You just want people who are in charge of the Beyond to be out of a job?
I'll tell you something that's Bed Bath and Beyond me. How you two have the audacity to sit up here and advocate for something that comes out of the ground.
Oh.
We're supposed to eat.
This
Oh.
coming from a woman who doesn't.
Frame, fight and frame, girl.
This coming from a woman who does. Oh, I see. This coming from a woman who doesn't want Kelsey Travis to play in front of other
His
women.
name is Travis goddamn Kelsey.
How dare you correct another woman? She doesn't hurt anyone by being wrong. We all knew she was wrong and we let her be. I'm not correcting you that your beliefs are wrong, that Bill Clinton has nothing to do with what you brought him up to be.
Bill Clinton is no longer relevant, cunt.
He is so relevant to me. He is so relevant to me, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. My father is Bill Clinton.
Oh?
My father is Bill Clinton.
Wait, who's your father?
Bill Clinton.
Okay,
Ah,
hold
you-
on a minute. Now
Hold-
I take offense to this.
Hold on.
You take offense to this?
Now listen to me.
I do too.
Who is your
I'm
father?
ashamed.
Listen to me.
I'm all
I
turned
take
around.
offense to this, not because you've been lying about having a conservative father and it turns out you have a liberal father. Not because we've disagreed for so long. Because we know the reason that I hate this so much. We know that Barbara Ann's mental state is very, very, very fragile. And you have been lying to her, and now you have put the rug out from under her, and now we're
Who's
going to have to
your
watch
fa-
her unravel.
Well, why don't we ask Barbara what she thinks? Why don't we ask Barbara what she thinks about me being vulnerable for once? You two go to therapy all the time. You talk about emotional talk therapy, mental health, this, self-love, that. Well,
I talk
I'm on
about
your
you,
side
darling.
of the
I
aisle.
talk about you because you are a malignant narcissist, darling.
You guys are tumors in my side.
Well,
Barbara,
I'm
what
sorry.
do you
Listen,
think?
this poor woman
Huh?
who cannot find the ground from under her has been asking you who your father is this entire episode of the show. And you are going to tell her that your answer has changed?
You've wrecked her life, darling.
Oh.
You've wrecked her entire life.
Oh,
She's
wow.
probably not going to be able to get up from this chair at the end of the interview. And we're going to
Barbara-
have to clean her shit off her butt cheeks. Jeez.
Liberals do this all the time. They speak on behalf of a group that they are not in, and they put them all in a monolith. Well, Barbara is not a monolith. She's a person. Now, Barbara, what do you think about that? Are you devastated, or are you going to pull your ass up and get to work?
I went to an island one time with Bill Clinton.
Oh, darling. Oh, no, darling.
It was wonderful.
Okay. Don't maybe specify the island. Maybe which island? Which island? Probably
Oh.
Bahamas or.
No, it was Epstein.
Oh,
It's part
darling.
it's part of the show where we say
Wonderful.
exciting things happening in the world coming up this week.
Yes, this
These
is
are things
exciting.
to look forward to. Even though we have our differences, we can leave them behind because we have things coming close to us in the forward in the future.
Next week, we're doing a cooking demonstration for my new cookbook.
Woo!
Are we
Long
getting some?
Silver's Big Table Cookbook. I'm showing everyone how to cook portions of 60 to 120 apiece so that you can feed an entire table, darling.
Oh wow! I wish I had a family that big.
Is
I
Bobby
Gotta
Flay
come over.
coming?
You're all invited, and you can clean our fucking shoes at the portway.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna
Okay,
kill you.
okay.
I'm gonna
Next up-
poison everything you eat for the rest of your life.
I'm gonna make all your daily joys impossible. I am going to poison the well from which you drink until there's nothing left.
Well, I'm
This
gonna make
week-
sure we go to a different poison person.
This week, Ariana Grande is releasing a new music video for her new song, Yes and people are very excited. And there are rumors that the guy who plays SpongeBob on Broadway will be in the music video.
Okay.
That got you? That got you? Okay, that was what I was supposed to read.
I think we can all agree, liberal and conservative, we have no opinion on that.
Okay, what?
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Didn't raise my heart rate whatsoever.
Read what's happening this week.
Huh?
Read on your card.
Read on the card.
Okay.
Toro.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't like tipping baristas. Today on the week, look, Barbara Ann is retiring. Huh? What?
What?
Hello, hi, yes, hello. Sorry, I'm yes, it's me. I am Janice Green Day. I am the daughter of Green Day collectively, and I actually am replacing Barbara Ann this week. Huh? Oh, what? Yes, apparently some of the inflammatory comments that you made got you cancelled. So I'm here to sit down and take on the look.
Janice Green Day.
Janice Green Day.
Janice, if you could have one person at dinner, living or dead,
Living or dead?
who would it be?
B.
Huh? Living undead?
Careful,
Oh,
darling.
no.
Careful, darling.
That doesn't happen.
Living undead.
Living or dead.
No.
Alive or
Living
dead.
No.
undead?
Careful, only one
Darling.
person did that.
Whoever you pick is going to align you of where you sit at this table.
Okay, well, has anyone said Hitler?
And
She's
we're
yours.
doing all.
You got her. You got her. She's
All right,
yours.
I got one.
She's
I got
yours.
one.
Oh,
I
you
got one.
want
I
her?
got one. I got one. I want it. I want her. I want her.
This has been Artist on Artist on Artist on Artist. Answer the question. Now that's why we call it showbiz. Good night.
Artists on Artists on Artists on Artists is an improvised Hollywood roundtable podcast created, performed, and produced by Kylie Brakeman, Jeremy Colhane, Angela Giartana, and Patrick McDonald. Music is by Gabriel Ponton. The opinions expressed in this podcast do not reflect the opinions of anyone who works on it, not even the performers, because this is an improvised podcast and we're stupid. Full video versions of AOA are available on YouTube, so please like and subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Good night, Hollywood.